Hello guys, and I am back with another video. Today I am actually going to be discussing the status of villagers. Because as you know, they've been recently added. There's a lot of different and new changes that have been made. And one of the changes is actually you can change a villager's profession, which is basically their job. You have farmers, clerics, librarians, stuff like that. And today I'm going to be showing you how to change them and what specific item changes them. So for starters, you're going to need a couple things. You're going to need a bed. I just have two here for its choice. And whatever you're trying to change it into. So let's go ahead. Let's just jump right in. In order to change, the average villager, it has to be any kind of villager except for a green nitwit villager. Those are the only kind of villagers that cannot change their profession. And if I am wrong, please tell me in the comments. But for now, this is what I've believed, and this is what I've tested. So, to turn your average villager, this villager right here has no profession. If you'd like to change him into a farmer, you would simply place down a compost bin. And since it has its bed claimed, and this is its job, it will claim this compost bin, and then that will be its forever job. And then once you destroy this compost bin, or whatever, it will change back into a villager with no purpose. Moving on, to change a villager into a fisherman, you will actually need a barrel. So let's just place that down. Let's just wait a couple seconds. Oh, and he already changed. Alright, so that's how you change a villager into a fisherman. Moving on. To change a villager into a shepherd, you will need a loom. Boom, right there. And as you can see, he's a shepherd, makes all that stuff. Let's go ahead and break that. To change a villager into a Fletcher, you will need an archery table or a fletching table. And boom, Fletcher. He can sell you arrows, stuff like that. Once you break that, now we have the librarian. This is a personal favorite. He can trade you enchantment books and all that good stuff. You'd place down a lectern right there. Boom. Next, in order to change a villager into a cartographer, you need a cartography table. Right here, just place that bad boy down. And just give it time. Sometimes they do take a little bit, take a minute to change. This is where you can actually make maps now. Next up is the cleric. What you need to change a cleric or villager into a cleric is a brewing stand. And as you can see, they remodeled how brewing stands look in your inventory. And just give it a couple seconds like we did last time. And boom, you have yourself your very own cleric. Next up is the armorer. To change a villager into an armorer, all you need is a blast furnace. So blast furnace is actually one of the new items. It specifically cooks ores and smelt sand and stuff down at a high heat. It basically cooks things that have a very high melting point. And they specifically cook these things a lot faster than a furnace would. Don't get me wrong, you can still cook them in a furnace, but it just cooks them very much faster. And moving on, the next thing is a grindstone, which is actually a grindstone and a disenchanter. So in order to turn that villager into a disenchanter, you just place down the grindstone and bada bing, bada boom. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty. And you got yourself your very own weaponsmith. Sorry, I don't know what I said before. Okay. Boom, if you just go ahead and break that, you have your very own toolsmith. All you have to do is place down a smithing table, bada bing, bada boom, and you have your very own smithing table. Now, some of these things actually do not have a use. For example, the smithing table and the fletching table, actually, you cannot do anything with them. So, the second to last one is the butcher, and what you need for a butcher is a smoker. And all you have to do is place down the smoker. Waiting, and you have yourself a butcher. You can buy cooked pork chops from him, you can sell him coal, stuff like that. And last but certainly not least, you have the leather worker. One of my second probably personal favorite, because you can buy saddles from him eventually. You just place down the cauldron right here. And bada bing, bada boom, you have yourself your very own cauldron. And that is pretty much it, guys. That is how you change the villagers into whatever kind of profession you want. remember the key ingredients. You need a bed, a villager, and whatever you're trying to change it into. This is pretty much the end of the video. I'm actually gonna be showing off all the classing recipes for these certain things. So if you'd like to stick to the end, just go ahead and do that. If not, you can go ahead and click off. Please leave a like and subscribe. This has been your MS Games. See y'all later. Hello there, lucky contestant. Since you stayed, you get to see all the crafting recipes for all these things. First up is the Composter. Let me just go ahead and find this real quick. I have not located all these things so far. I'm actually pretty new to this. Just about as new as you. No fucking clue where the loom is either. Loom right there. That's the loom. So loom, barrel, fletching table. I think the fletching table's in here. It is not. Yes, it is. Okay. Where the fuck is the composter? Like, damn. What the hell? Oh, you're dead. Okay. Figured. Okay, you lucky contestant. Since you stayed till the end, you actually get to see all the different kinds of things you can craft and all their crafting recipes. So first up, we have the composter. Turns the villager back into a farmer. You would need 7 slabs, and you place it in the position of upside down wooden leggings, as you can see. As you can see right here in the bottom left. Next up, you have the barrel. You'd actually go to the chest section, and you can see the crafting recipe right here. You will need 6 sticks and 2 wooden slabs. What you'll need, or the position you'd put these in, is 3 sticks all down the right side, 3 sticks all down the left side, a wooden slab in the bottom middle, and a wooden slab in the top middle. Next up, we have the loom. You'd find that in the crafting bench area. Right under the lectern, you'd have the loom. You need 2 blocks of wood and 2 string. Pretty simple. Next up, you have the fletching table. You'd go down a little further, and right here is the fletching table. You'll need 4 wood this time and 2 flint. The next thing, you'll have the lectern. If you just keep scrolling on through, you'll eventually find it. This one is a little trickier because you'll actually need a book. 3 books, actually. You'll need 4 pieces of wooden slabs, and you'll need a bookshelf. Next up, you have the cartography table. I believe you'll just keep on going down, and you'll need 4 pieces of wood and 2 pieces of paper. Next up is the brewing stand. Now this one is, in my opinion, by far the most difficult to get. You will need 3 cobblestone and 1 blaze rod. And one of the only ways to get a blaze rod is to go into the nether and fight a blaze, which can be found throughout the nether and mainly at spawners. This is why I consider this one the most dangerous. And not only that, they do not have the highest chance of dropping a blaze rod. Next up, we have the blast furnace, which is probably my favorite one that has been added. Smelts things a lot faster. Smelts iron, gold, materials like that, basically. This one actually requires a little bit of work, though. You'll need a furnace to make all this stuff in here, except for the furnace that actually calls for it. You will need 3 pieces of smooth stone. Now, some of you guys might be thinking, oh, smooth stone's easy to get, you just smelt down cobblestone. No, wrong. The new way to get smooth stone is you must smelt down cobblestone to get stone, and then smelt that down to get smooth stone. So 3 smooth stone, 5 iron ingots, and 1 furnace. The furnace will obviously be going in the middle, the iron in the shape of a helmet, and a furnace. So let's go ahead on to the next one. You have the grindstone, which I have not dabbled with too much, but I will eventually. To make a grindstone, you will need 1 stone slab, 2 planks of any type, and 2 sticks. Next up, you'll need the smithing table, which you should just be able to scroll down eventually find. You will need 4 planks of any type, obviously, and 2 iron ingots. Sorry if I did not say planks of any type or slabs of any type. It can be slabs of any type. Next up, we have the smoker. If you just go ahead and go on down, you'll have it right here. You can make it in multiple different ways. You can use stripped oak, you can use regular oak, you can use acacia, dark oak, anything basically. And then you'll put that in the shape of a diamond in the crafting table, and then you'll have a furnace in the middle. And then finally, last but certainly not least, you will have the cauldron. You'll have to go all the way back to the bucket for this one. And this will be in the shape of an upside down iron leggings. You will need 7 iron ingots. Oh, hello guys, it's me again. My dumb self thought it'd be cool to add more onto this video, but I'm just going to go ahead and stop it here. You guys probably don't want to see what it is anyways, but if you guys do, can we go ahead and get 20 likes on this video? This is basically the end, so thank you and see you guys later.